The civilians need to come back to the north. Every month that people are not coming back to the north, 10% of the north is never going to come back.
And in 3 months' time, if nothing is done, the Galilee will go bankrupt. These are the foreboding words of former Israeli Knesset member and venture capitalist Erel Margalit, who spoke to the media line from his office at the Margalit Startup City Tel Aviv headquarters about the societal and economic dangers of displacing some 80,000 residents from Israel's northern border communities. Likewise, Margalit and a number of business mentors and experts addressed a room full of women entrepreneurs from the northern Israeli Galilee region, participants in the Galileades Startup Accelerator program, who came to showcase their products in a special temporary event in this building.
Yeah, so I heard about this on Facebook because I follow the Margalit startup. And I just want to support the businesses from the Golan, because when I think about Kiryat Shmona and the evacuees and how they had to leave everything behind, pains me a lot. And also my son lives in the Golan. He's a winemaker, and so I know what it's like for people who are living up there now.
A boutique bazaar right here in the heart of Tel Aviv. Passers-by, lured in by the ads and the beautiful displays, came in but stayed because of the mission, which is to help small businesses, to help women entrepreneurs, and to help Israelis who have been displaced from the north because of the war.
Stalls selling artisanal cheeses, wines, clothing, jewelry, aromatics, and more spread out across 2 floors of the Rothschild 1 tower, a display featuring just a fraction of the Galileades' total participants, many of whom have been forced from their homes, and some of whom have had to close up shop altogether in order to report for duty in the IDF military reserves. Standing at her booth full of honey, wine, and painting-printed tote bags, Galilady Adi Bar Golan, a tourism business and marketing manager, tells the media line about the startups that she's working with.
I'm trying to help everyone at this situation. Also, the winery is in the border, and the owner is in the army. The honey is also, the owner is in the army. So I came to present them and to try to help them, and I think it's my duty.
As for the tote bags, they're made by an Israeli artist whose daughter, a dancer, is about the same age as the partygoers who were murdered at the Nova Music Festival massacre on October 7th, something that tremendously resonated with him.
He took it so bad, so hard, so he decided to take the pictures that he drew his daughter and to put them on the bags. And from the selling, he's donating the money for a place that calls A Step to Tomorrow.
The Step to Tomorrow, or Tzad Lemachar Foundation, supports the survivors of the Nova Music Festival as well as their families. Meanwhile, Galileades participant and ceramics artist Debbie Selas Dayan tells the media line how she's been affected by the war.
Badly. In the beginning of the war, we were evacuated from our homes, and my studio is at home, so I couldn't work. And even after I came back, it was hard to go back to work. The situation in our area is that all the business is down, is dead, so there is no feeling of, there is nothing moving there. So the business is very slow. That's why I came here as well, so maybe to be exposed to more people and see how we can get out of the area that's having such a problem now.
As for those who've stayed in the Galilee, Dayan says that it's a war zone, complete with missiles and sirens.
We are trying with all our power to keep our life going and to make things, to create, to live, but it's hard.
To keep businesses and the northern economy alive then, Margalit is calling for a return to the north as soon as possible, ideally within 8 weeks.
The businesses need a timetable to come back. The students need a timetable to come back. You're asking me what I'm doing proactively? I'm not asking the stars. I'm putting my foot and I'm putting my investment where my mouth is. We are making arrangements to come back to operate within our center, Margalit Startup City, and within the food tech center, and everything that we're doing within the next 8 weeks, whether it's going to begin in Machanaim, which is a little bit further than Kiryat Shmona, and then go into Kiryat Shmona, or whether we're going to go right in, that depends on the situation.
Asked by the media line what needs to be done to accomplish this return, particularly when many believe that a larger war with Hizbullah is inevitable, Margalit ignores the doom and gloom predictions and instead insists on forming an arrangement with Hizbullah or some other economic agreement instead of a major war.
Even in some villages which got hurt, we can always find solutions, but we're getting back to the Galilee with economics, with residential, with social, with the students, getting back to live in the Galilee, because that's going to be the biggest image of victory, that we're continuing to thrive and create and work in the Galilee. Nobody's going to take that away from us.
Asked what the government can and should do, Margalit invokes U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal, arguing that Israel needs a new deal of its own on the economy for the North and the South, where, quote, you give major government incentives to businesses and to citizens that want to come back, and to start small businesses. Israel needs a new paradigm for both security and diplomacy, Margalit says.
Reporting from the JVP Erel Margalit Startup City in Tel Aviv, I'm Aaron Porras for the Media Line.